Hey everyone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Industrial Cyber Weekly News Wrap. The second week of the year remained eventful in the industrial cybersecurity segment, with malware and ransomware hackers continuing to attack critical infrastructure sectors. Increased attacks reflect the compelling need to build ICS resiliency across OT and ICS environments this year. Due to the rise in cybersecurity threats targeting critical infrastructure environments, it is essential to implement comprehensive ICS resilience strategies. This will help ensure their security and reliability. In the current context of global competition and geopolitical tensions, organizations are still heavily relying on OT infrastructure to monitor and control physical processes. Unfortunately, this puts their operational environments in a heightened state of cyber risk. Now, let's get into exactly what was going down. The NIST updated a preliminary draft practice guide covering zero trust architecture and calls for public feedback. The second preliminary practice guide assists organizations in outlining an implementation plan and recognizing key points for gradually introducing ZTA into the organizational atmosphere using a risk-focused process. NIST also called for a community of interest that would allow industry, academia, and government to discuss and provide input on the potential work the agency is doing that will affect the automotive industry. It provides a platform for the community to access expertise and perspective on cybersecurity topics affecting the automotive space. The initiative comes at a time when automotive industry is facing significant challenges from increased cybersecurity risk and the adoption of AI and opportunities from rapid technological innovations. The U.S. Department of Energy and the National Renewable Energy Laboratory announced a call for applications for the second Clean Energy Cybersecurity Accelerator cohort. Participants in the Cybersecurity Accelerator program work to advance cyber innovation and address grid vulnerabilities, while also supporting the transition to a clean energy future. Open through February 10th, Cohort 2 will assess solutions that actively identify all ICS assets connected to a utility's infrastructure, both physically and virtually, that need to be monitored and protected within the environment. The TSA is inviting public comment on an already approved information collection request, which covers security training for surface transportation employees. The new rule has led to a decrease in the number of individuals subject to regulation, thus relieving the burden on asset owners and operators. Copper Mountain Mining issued an operational update on the ransomware attack that affected IT systems at its mine and corporate office in late December. It was confirmed that production had resumed and that, during this downtime, copper concentrate had been shipped to the port of Vancouver from mine inventory, maintaining its planned shipping schedule. The company also stated that its internal and external IT teams, along with external cybersecurity experts, are actively implementing additional safeguards to mitigate any further risk to the company. Group IB research revealed details of a new wave of APT attacks, dubbed Dark Pink, primarily targeting installations in the Asia-Pacific region. The hacker group launched 7 successful attacks against high-profile targets between June and December last year. Currently, Group IB cannot attribute the campaign to any known threat actor, making it highly probable that Dark Pink is a completely new APT group. Researchers at Red Balloon have detected multiple architectural vulnerabilities present in a number of Siemens PLCs, which could allow attackers to bypass all protected boot features, thus resulting in persistent, arbitrary modification of operating code and data. The Cyplus S7-1500 is a high-performance controller that affects around 120 Siemens products and solutions and is considered to possess comprehensive security protections among Siemens PLC products. This week, Trend Micro made public that Gootkit Loader had resurfaced in a recent spate of attacks on organizations in the Australian healthcare industry. It determined that Gootkit malware leveraged SEO poisoning for its initial access, and to push the infection to the next phase of the routine, Gootkit Loader abused VLC Media Player, a legitimate product also used by APT10. The firm shared its findings with the Australian Cybersecurity Centre in early December. This concludes this week's news broadcast. Head over to industrialcyber.co to explore the complete stories, updates on industry news and events, resources, and more. We look forward to seeing you next week.